Let's look at some of the things you can do with hyperlinks. First of all, I've already created some hyperlinks in this document, and in the hyperlinks panel they are listed. If I click on one of the hyperlinks and then come down here, I've got an icon that goes to the source of the selected hyperlink. And what's happened here is I have gone, and this is highlighted. I can also go to the destination of the selected hyperlink. And you can see here, this is the destination. Here's another hyperlink. The text here is highlighted. That is the hyperlink. And this is the destination. Now, both of these hyperlinks are text anchor hyperlinks. Here's how to make a text anchor hyperlink. I've got a sentence here in my document. He was also a progressive thinker who worked for women's suffrage. And I'd like to make a hyperlink to where the other mention of women's suffrage is. So here's a mention of women's suffrage. I'm going to highlight the text and then come over, not a new hyperlink. This is a new destination. And it's a text anchor, and it's automatically named with the text that I highlighted. Now, if you zoom in to this microscopic thing, you'll see two dots in front of the A. That's the text anchor. But a much easier way to see it is to open the story editor. With the story editor, you can see the anchor in the story. That's the little anchor. Close the story editor. And now when I go back to that original hyperlink, here's that reference for women's suffrage. I'm going to highlight this here and now say create new hyperlink. And there it says link to text anchor. And here are the text anchors in my document. And the one that I want is the one I just created. I'm going to use that italic style with the blue and the underline. And I'm going to turn off visible rectangle. When I click OK, I now have a text anchor hyperlink that I can go to or go to the destination. Here's another type of hyperlink. I'm going to go to the source, and this is which today is the home of Ostravaganza. Now this is actually a web link, and you've got this little earth for the World Wide Web. If I say go to the destination, I've gone to that destination. This is exactly the same thing that can happen in an interactive document. So let's see if we can create some hyperlinks. I'm going to zoom in here, and what I have is the Peekskill Military Academy. I'd like to make a hyperlink that sends people to that website. Well, I happen to have the URL over here, and I'm just going to highlight everything, select it, copy it. So I have that on my clipboard. And what I'm going to do now is select Peekskill Military Academy. And I want to create a new hyperlink. Come down to the bottom of the hyperlinks panel, click, and the type of hyperlink that I want to create is link to URL. And I'm going to call this destination, the URL that I just copied. I'm not going to make it a shared hyperlink destination because I'm only using it once in this document. I also have a character style for the hyperlink. The appearance for the hyperlink is visible rectangle here. I'm going to turn that off. Most of the time, a character style is much better to alert your readers that there's a hyperlink. And we're going to click OK. And here is Peekskill Military Academy. And there it is highlighted. And when I click, there it is in my browser. You don't have to use text for hyperlinks. You can use objects. So right here, I've got an object. It's the movie poster. And I want it to send people to the IMDb, International Movie Database, reference for Frank Baum. So I'm going to highlight this, copy it. Same thing, it's on the clipboard. Click the object and click Create New Hyperlink. When I come down here, I enter the URL, turn off the shared hyperlink destination. I can't put a character style on this object. Doesn't make sense. It's not text. But I might want my readers to know that this image is a link. In this case, I'll choose visible rectangle, and I've got all these colors to choose from. Unfortunately, I actually don't have the swatches from my document. I'll click here and then click OK. I don't like this word hyperlink. I'd like it to say IMDb. How do I rename it? In the Hyperlinks panel, choose Rename Hyperlink. And this is where I can say IMDb. So that's creating hyperlinks in your document.